Welcome all. In this video, we are going to study about complex numbers. Our learning objectives will be Introduction to iota, powers of iota, understanding complex numbers, square roots of negative real number, equality of complex numbers, the modulus and the conjugate of a complex number, Argand plane and the polar representation of a complex number. So let us start. First is introduction to iota. So what is iota? For this we consider the equation x square plus 1 equal to 0. If we solve this equation, what we get as solution is x equal to plus minus square root minus 1. Now this square root minus 1, this is not a real number and we denote it by symbol I, where I is called iota. So I, or we say iota, is equal to under root or square root minus 1. So we can say we have I square is equal to minus 1. That is iota square is equal to minus 1, which means that I or iota is a solution of this equation x square plus 1 equal to 0. Now this iota is regarded as imaginary number. This is not a real number, this is imaginary number. And how we can use it? For example, we have to find under root minus 4. So we will factorize 4, that will be equal to minus 4, that will be equal to minus 1 into 2 into 2. So 2 comes out of the square root and we are left with 2 square root minus 1. Now square root minus 1 is equal to iota, so that is equal to 2 iota. And similarly we can find out under root minus 9, that will be equal to 3 iota, and so on. So this was all about iota. Now we will study powers of iota. We have seen just before that I square is equal to minus 1. Iota square is equal to minus 1. Now iota cube. We will find out iota cube. Iota cube can be written as iota square into iota. Now iota square is equal to minus 1. So it becomes minus 1 into iota, that is equal to minus iota. So we can say iota cube is equal to minus iota. Now we find out iota to the power 4. Now 4 can be written as 2 into 2. So it becomes iota square ka square, square of iota square. That will be equal to, now iota square is minus 1. So it becomes minus 1 whole square, which is equal to 1. So we can say iota to the power 4 is equal to 1. Now iota to the power 5, this can be written as iota to the power 4 into iota, and we have seen above that iota 4 can be written as iota square of iota square. Now iota square is equal to minus 1, so it becomes minus 1 square into iota. Minus 1 square is 1, so it becomes iota. So iota to the power 5 we can say is equal to iota. Now we find out iota to the power 6. That can be written as iota cube of iota square. Now iota square is minus 1, so it becomes cube of minus 1, that is equal to minus 1, and so on. We can find out other powers, and the values we get will be minus 1 or minus iota or 1 or iota. And in general we can say iota to the power 4k is equal to 1, because we have seen iota to the power 4 is 1. So any multiple of 4. If the power is any multiple of 4, we will always get 1. If the power is of the form 4k plus 1, that is iota to the power 4k plus 1, then it will be equal to iota only. And if the power is of the form 4k plus 2, that is iota to the power 4k plus 2, then we will get minus 1. And if the power is of the form 4k plus 3, then we will get minus iota. So in this way, we can calculate higher powers of iota. Now next is understanding complex numbers. Now what is a complex number? For this we consider two real numbers a and b. Let a and b be two real numbers and we multiply b by iota. Then it will be iota b. Now it will become an imaginary number where I is imaginary number iota. So iota b will be an imaginary number. Now the complex number can be written as z equal to a plus iota b, where a is the real part of the z, complex number z, and b is the imaginary part of the complex number z. So this is our complex number. Every number can be written like this. So all numbers are complex numbers. For example, z equal to minus 5 plus 6 iota. Now here minus 5 is the real part and 6 is the imaginary part which is multiplied by iota. The number which is multiplied by iota will be the imaginary part. So now if z is equal to a plus iota b and we are taking b is equal to 0, that is imaginary part is 0, the complex number will be converted into a real number, that is z equal to a. So in this case it will be a purely real number. For example, if we consider z equal to 2, 2 is a real number and it can also be written in the form of a complex number. We can write it as 2 plus 0 iota. Second case, if a is equal to 0, that is real part is 0, then it will become a purely imaginary number, that is z equal to iota b. For example, z equal to minus 3 iota. Here real part is 0. So it can be written as z equal to 0 minus 3 iota and it is a purely imaginary number. So this is the representation of complex numbers. Now come to the square roots of negative real number. Now here we will consider this property under root AB is equal to under root A into under root B. Now we will check this property for real numbers positive or negative. In first case, if both are positive, both A and B are positive, this property is satisfied. For example, we take A equal to 3, B equal to 5. So AB, if we multiply 3 into 5, we will get 15. And that should be equal to under root 3 into under root 5. Because we can take them both inside the square root and it will become under root 15. Now second case, if A is negative and B is positive, that is A is less than 0 and B is greater than 0. For this we have taken A equal to minus 3, B equal to 5. Now if we multiply both these, what we get is under root minus 15. Now that is equal to under root minus 3 into 5 after factorizing 15. So if we take, if we separate the square root, what we get is under root minus 3 into under root 5. Under root minus 3 can be written as under root 3 into iota into under root 5, which can be written as under root 15 iota. So this property is satisfied. Now consider the case if A is positive and B is negative. So here we take A equal to 3 and B equal to minus 5. So under root minus 15, if we factorize 15, that will be equal to under root 3 into minus 5. So separating the square roots, under root 3 into under root minus 5. Under root minus 5 can be written as under root 5 iota. So it becomes under root 15 iota. So this property is satisfied. Now consider the fourth case. If both are negative, that is a is less than 0 and b is less than 0. So here we consider a equal to minus 3, b is equal to minus 5. Now under root 15, that can be written as minus 3 into minus 5. On separating the square root, we get under root minus 3 into under root minus 5, which can be written as square root 3 iota into square root 5 iota. Now iota into iota will be iota square, that is minus 1. So it becomes minus of square root 15. So our property is not satisfied because left hand side and right hand side are different. Here we are getting negative sign in right hand side. So this property is not valid for negative if both the numbers are negative. So this is about square roots of negative real numbers. Now next is equality of complex numbers. Now here we will study that if two complex numbers are equal, then what does it mean? Now consider let z equal to a plus iota b and z dash equal to a dash plus iota b dash be two complex numbers. We are given two complex numbers and let these both are equal, that is z is equal to z dash. So putting their value, we get a plus iota b is equal to a dash plus iota b dash. Now here a will be equal to a dash and b is equal to b dash, that is real part of z will be equal to real part of z dash and the imaginary part of z will be equal to imaginary part of z dash. For example, we consider this example, let a plus iota b is equal to minus 2 minus 5 iota. So on comparing the real part, we get a equal to minus 2 and on comparing the imaginary part, we get b equal to minus 5. So this is how we can find out the value of a and b. Now next is the modulus and the conjugate of a complex number. Now what is the modulus? Now let z equal to a plus iota b be a complex number. Then modulus of z denoted by mod z is defined to be the non-negative real number square root a square plus b square. That is square of real part plus square of imaginary part and square root of whole. That is our modulus z. And the conjugate of z denoted as z bar is the complex number a minus iota b. That is the sign which we have will be changed. That is z bar will be equal to a minus iota b. If there is plus sign in between, it will become minus, and if there is minus sign already, then it will become plus. For example, given z equal to 3 plus iota. Now in order to find its modulus, we can see a is equal to 3 here and b is equal to 1. So mod 3 plus iota will become under root 3 square plus 1 square. That will be equal to 9 plus 1, that is square root 10. And the conjugate of 3 plus iota will become 3 minus iota. In place of iota, we will put minus iota. So this is the modulus and conjugate of a complex number. Now next topic is argand plane. So what is an argand plane? The plane having a complex number assigned to each of its points is called the complex plane or the argand plane. We have studied about real plane, that is x and y axis. We have studied about this, and the points we can plot in xy axis. So in the same way, in the complex plane we can plot the complex numbers and each point is allotted a complex number, assigned a complex number. So that plane is called Argand plane. For example, now you can check from here the x-axis and there is y-axis. A is the point 2, 3. So in the Argand plane, A is equal to 2 plus 3 iota. This complex number, this can be written as x coordinate will be 2 and y coordinate will be 3. In the same way, B is minus 1, 3. So the complex number will become minus 1 plus 3 iota. X coordinate will be minus 1 and y coordinate will be 3. C point can be written as minus 4 iota. D is minus 7 plus 2 iota. And E is 0 minus iota, that is minus iota only. So this is our Argand plane in which we can plot complex numbers. Now in the Argand plane, the modulus of the complex number, as we have seen before, like if x plus iota is a complex number, its modulus will be under root x square plus y square. Now this modulus is the distance between the point P, x comma y and the origin 0, 0. Let P be the point and it is assigned the complex number x plus iota y. So its coordinates will be x comma y. Now the distance of P from the origin, that is OP, that will be equal to modulus of the complex number, that is under root x square plus y square. And the point on the x-axis corresponds to the complex number of the form a plus iota 0. If a point is lying on x-axis, then its imaginary part will be 0. And in the same way, if a point lies on y-axis, then its real part will be 0. So in Argand plane, the x-axis is called real axis because every point on it will be a real number, and the y-axis is called imaginary axis because every point lying on y-axis will be an imaginary number. So in Argand plane, x and y-axis are respectively called real axis and the imaginary axis. Now next is polar representation of a complex number. Now how we will represent it in polar form? What is the polar form? Let point P represent the non-zero complex number z equal to x plus iota, and let the directed line segment OP, this OP is of length r, where r is equal to mod z, that is under root x square plus y square, as we have seen before. And let OP makes an angle theta with the positive direction of x-axis. Then the polar coordinates of P will be given by r comma theta, where r is the distance OP and theta is the angle which OP makes with the positive direction of x-axis. Now here origin O is called pole and the positive direction of x-axis as the initial line. Now how to find these r and theta? For this, the x will be considered, x will be equal to r cos theta and y is equal to r sin theta, so that the complex number z will become r bracket cos theta plus iota sin theta. This is the polar form of the complex number. We also know that r is equal to under root x square plus y square, that is mod of z. This is the modulus of z, and theta is called the is called the modulus and theta is called the argument or amplitude of z, denoted by argz. And theta is unique for any complex number. For every complex number, we will get a unique value of theta. And if this theta lies between minus pi to pi, then theta is called principal argument of z. So this is all about polar representation of a complex number. Next is we consider this example. Find the modulus and argument of z equal to 1 plus iota under root 3. We will understand the modulus and argument by this example. Now here the real part is 1, so we put 1 equal to r cos theta, and we know y equal to r sin theta, so here y is under root 3, so under root 3 is equal to r sin theta. Now by squaring and adding, we get r square cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to 1 plus 3, that will be 4. Now cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1. So it becomes r square equal to 4, that is r equal to under root 4, that is 2. So we can say modulus of z is equal to 2. Now we have to find the value of theta, that is argument of z. Again, now cos theta is equal to, putting the value of r, we get cos theta equal to 1 by 2, and sin theta is equal to under root 3 by 2. Now these values are at the angle pi by 3. So theta is equal to pi by 3, that is argument of z is equal to pi by 3. So in this way we can find the modulus and argument of z. So this completes all about complex numbers. If you find this video useful, please subscribe my channel and share and like this video. Thank you.